Alright, I'm covering the Buff163 essentials. I'll be going over how to get an account if you live in the US or Canada, the best ways to buy balance or get balance into your account, and then the best ways to actually buy and find skins. And there's going to be timestamps below for everything, so skip around. So, to actually get an account, if you didn't know, if you live in the US or Canada, using Buff163 is actually banned. They made it so you cannot put in your Canadian or American phone number to create your account, which is necessary. So, there are two options. The first option is for those that only care about checking the price or the graphs on Buff163 and they don't care to buy or sell, and it's going to be free as well. What you're going to want to do is head over to Google and look up anonymous SMS. The link will be in the description as well, and you should have a bunch of listed numbers, and then you find a public phone number. Ideally, the more recent, the less likely it is to be used already, and then you put that phone number in Buff163 to sign up, and then you just look at its recent messages or incoming messages, you put in the code, and then you'll have a Buff163 account to browse as much as you want, and you can set the password and whatever. Just make sure you don't put any money onto the account, because if anybody finds that same number on that website, they can then choose the forgot password option and send the code to that number, find the code, and bam, they got your account. So it's not a good idea at all, but it is completely free. It just takes like 5 minutes or so. And then the second and more appealing option is not free, but allows you to buy and sell on Buff163, and that's actually to buy a phone number from a different region. The website I use for this is Hushed. It's a $25 lifetime number with I think 6,000 texts a year, so you'll never get anywhere close to that, and you can use that or other websites as well. I don't imagine you'll need to, but it's just a flat fee of 25 US, and then you're good for life. Then you simply use that number to sign up and you'll be good to go. Alright, so now that you have the account, how do you actually get balance into it? Well, there's a couple different ways. First, if you check the deposit options, the way we would be able to access it is through Alipay. The only problem is you need to be 18 years old and do the KYC, which is basically just submitting your government issued info like a driver's license or a health card and giving it to the Chinese run Alipay. If you want to sell your soul away, that's fine. You might get some plus social credit. But the second and way more popular way is through Twitter. This is a little bit more risky if you don't know what you're doing, so it's just sticking with the very popular sellers. A good one that comes to mind is Mateo CS on Twitter. I've heard it takes around 10 minutes to get the balance in. You just send him the money and then he gives it to you on your Buff account. The only thing is that people normally charge a fee, so you will be taking an inherent loss whenever you deposit money, which it won't be too much, but it's still something. And then finally, the cheapest and easiest way, but also by far the slowest, is to actually just buy items on another site and then sell them on Buff163, and then you just get Buff163 balance. The only problem is, depending on the other site that you use to buy the item, there's going to be a depositing fee there, and then on top of that, it's going to be at least a week for the trade ban to be up so that you can sell it on Buff163. So depending on how urgently you need to open some cases, it might not be for you. But this is the way I use, because there's also a good chance, if you find the right item and find deals, that you'll actually make money in the process of getting it onto Buff163. Alright, so now you know how to set up an account and how to get balance on that account. We'll go over a few tips for actually buying skins, and it's very specific to Buff163. So because Buff163 is so popular, the high liquidity means that you can use setting up a buy order feature or the bargain feature and quickly get responses or find deals. And I found people with bargaining normally respond within the day. So again, unless you really need to feed the case addiction soon, just be patient on finding deals. But yeah, I tried to make this video quick, so I hope it helped. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. I have links down below as well to all the marketplaces that I generally use and trust for trading, so recommend checking those out. And that's all. Bye bye.